Secret to hypnotize women, 6 magic spells that will make her fall out. Are you tired of blending into the background? Do you ever feel like your compliments just bounce off women, leaving you wondering what you're doing wrong? It's frustrating, right? You try to say something nice, but it lands flat. Maybe you've even used the same line so many times they feel stale to you, let alone to her. What if I told you there's a way to truly captivate a woman, to say things that don't just get heard, but felt? Imagine sparking a look of genuine admiration, respect, maybe even that undeniable spark of attraction, simply with your words. In this video, we're diving deep into 6 magic words, not cheesy pickup lines, but powerful emotional triggers rooted in timeless wisdom that will make you utterly unforgettable. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll know how to move beyond surface-level pleasantries and speak directly to her soul. Ready to unlock this secret? Drop a comment below if you're in, and don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Way of Life for more insights on mastering your mindset and building real connections. Let's get started. Okay, so you're here because you want to know the secret, right? You're done with the generic, "you look nice" comments that get you nowhere. You want to say something that actually means something that resonates. You're looking for that connection, that spark. Well, you've come to the right place. Most guys completely miss the mark when it comes to compliments. They focus on the superficial, looks, clothes, maybe a generic, "you're smart." And while those are fine, they're forgettable. Why? Because she's heard them a million times. To truly stand out, you need to go deeper. You need to tap into what makes her uniquely her. Women, like everyone, want to feel seen, understood, valued for who they are beyond just their appearance. When you show you notice her personality, her passions, even her quirks, that's when you become unforgettable. This idea of looking deeper, of seeing the essence of things, isn't new. In fact, it's central to Stoicism, the ancient philosophy focused on virtue, reason, and living a meaningful life. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca weren't about chasing fleeting pleasures or superficial appearances. They were about substance, about character, about what truly matters. And when you compliment a woman on more than just her looks, you're tapping into that same Stoic principle. You're acknowledging her essence, her inner self. So, let's dive into these 6 magic words, these emotional triggers that will set you apart, and we'll explore them through the lens of Stoicism, because understanding the why behind these compliments is just as important as the what. 1. You have such a unique way of looking at things. Now, on the surface, this might sound simple, even a little generic, but trust me, this compliment packs a serious punch. It's not just about the words, it's about what they represent. When you say this to a woman, you're telling her unequivocally that you value her mind, her perspective, her individual take on the world. Let's be real for a second. We all want to feel like our thoughts and opinions matter, especially when it comes to something as personal and profound as our perspective on life. This compliment taps into that deep-seated human desire to be seen and appreciated for more than just our physical attributes. Women, just like men, want to feel intelligent, insightful, and above all, heard. Think about it. The average person scrolls through social media for nearly 147 minutes per day in 2024, according to Statista. That's almost 2.5 hours bombarded with surface-level content, filtered realities, and fleeting trends. In a world obsessed with the superficial, acknowledging someone's unique perspective is a breath of fresh air. Imagine she's sharing her thoughts on a book she's reading, a movie you just watched together, or even her take on a current event. Instead of just nodding along and moving on, pause, really listen, and then say something like, "Wow, that's such a unique way to look at it. I hadn't thought of it that way." When you do this, you're not just paying a compliment. You're telling her you see her as more than just a pretty face. You're showing her you value her as someone with a deep, unique mind. You're saying, hey, you're someone worth listening to. And trust me, that hits differently. Now, let's bring in that Stoic wisdom. The Stoics emphasized the importance of reason and understanding. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, constantly reminds himself to seek understanding in all things, to look beneath the surface. He wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." By appreciating a woman's unique perspective, you're embodying this Stoic principle. You're acknowledging that her viewpoint, shaped by her experiences and thoughts, is valuable and worthy of consideration. You're seeing beyond the superficial and appreciating the depth of her intellect. 2. There's something about your energy that's so captivating. This one's a game changer. Why? Because it's not about her appearance at all. It's about something deeper, something intangible yet incredibly powerful. Her energy, her vibe, that invisible but totally magnetic force she radiates. It's that feeling when someone walks into a room and suddenly everything just feels a little brighter, a little more alive. That's her energy at work. And when you call attention to it, you're doing something truly profound. You're telling her you notice this subtle yet powerful quality that makes her, her. Women, like all people, possess a unique energy signature. It's in the way they move, the way they speak, the way they interact with the world. It could be her calm presence that instantly puts people at ease, or her infectious enthusiasm that lifts the mood of an entire group. Recognizing this energy shows you appreciate her for who she is, not just how she looks or what she does. And here's the kicker. This compliment is rare. Most people are too caught up in superficialities to notice these subtle yet powerful vibes. But when you do, you're not just giving her a compliment, you're giving her recognition for something that makes her truly special. Imagine this. You're at a social gathering, maybe a party or a work event, and there she is, standing across the room. Instead of focusing on her outfit or her hairstyle, you observe her energy. You notice how effortlessly she makes everyone around her feel comfortable, how she has this natural ability to ease tension, to make conversations flow. You see her light up when she talks about something she's passionate about, and that light is captivating. Later, in a quiet moment, you say, "You know, there's something about your energy that's so captivating. You just have this way of making everything feel right." If you speak from the heart and you genuinely mean it, she'll feel that recognition in her bones. It's not just a comment. It's a genuine acknowledgement of the positive energy she brings into every space she occupies. Stoicism again provides a powerful framework for understanding this. Seneca, in his Letters from a Stoic, emphasizes the importance of inner virtue and its outward manifestation. He argues that true beauty lies not in physical appearance, but in the character and energy we project into the world. He wrote, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to time, they waste most of that, of which time is the one thing about which it's right to be stingy." By complimenting her energy, you're recognizing her inner virtue, her capacity to positively influence her surroundings. You're seeing beyond the fleeting and appreciating the enduring quality of her spirit. 3. You're so passionate about what you do, it's inspiring. Passion, man, it's one of the most magnetic qualities a person can possess. And it's even more powerful when you recognize it in a woman and voice it aloud. Think about it. When she's talking about something that truly ignites her, whether it's a work project, a creative hobby, or a cause she deeply believes in, she's sharing a part of herself that's real, raw, and incredibly compelling. And when you call attention to that passion, you're not just complimenting what she's doing, you're acknowledging who she is at her core. Imagine this scenario. She's animatedly describing her latest project. Her voice filled with energy, her eyes sparkling with excitement as she explains her vision. Maybe it's a cause that's deeply personal to her, or a new creative venture she's bravely diving into. Instead of just nodding politely and saying that's cool, try saying, "You're so passionate about what you do." It's honestly inspiring. Now that's a compliment that sticks. It's not about the task itself, it's about recognizing the drive behind it. You're seeing her ambition, her dedication, the countless hours she's likely poured into it. It's like you're giving a subtle yet powerful nod to her character, her values, her very essence. When you show you admire this side of her, you're saying you appreciate the deeper parts of who she is, not just her surface-level traits. And here's where Stoicism ties in beautifully once again. The Stoics profoundly valued living with purpose, embracing effort and finding meaning in every action, no matter how seemingly small. Epictetus in Discourses emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control, our actions and our intentions. He wrote, "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. 1. Where then do I look for good and evil? Not to two externals not under my control, but within myself to the choices that are my own." By recognizing her passion, you're reflecting these core Stoic principles. You're acknowledging that her actions are driven by something meaningful, by a virtuous inner fire. It's not just about the end result, but the journey, the effort, and the values that fuel her. Complementing her passion isn't just about making her feel good in the moment. It's about showing her that you see and value the things that truly matter to her. And that's the bedrock for a connection that runs far deeper than shallow flattery. When you do this, you're not just complimenting her. You're giving her the space to shine in the most authentic and powerful way possible. When you recognize her passion, you're telling her you respect her drive, her energy, her purpose, and trust me, that's what makes you unforgettable. 4. You make everyone around you feel so comfortable. This one is pure gold. Why? Because it taps into something incredibly meaningful and often overlooked, how she makes others feel. Think about it. In countless social situations, it's often women who carry the emotional weight. They're the ones who subtly ensure no one feels left out, who bridge social gaps, who create an atmosphere where everyone feels at ease and welcomed. And when you notice that, when you take a moment to genuinely appreciate her natural ability to make others comfortable, wow, that's powerful. Imagine this. You're at a gathering. Maybe it's a slightly awkward work function or a get-together with people you don't know all that well. Some people are a little shy, some are standing awkwardly in corners, the energy is a little tense. But then there's her. She's the one who effortlessly navigates the room, getting everyone talking, withdrawing the shy ones into conversations, making even the most reserved person feel seen and heard. You watch how she moves through the room, making people smile, putting them at ease, seemingly without even trying. That's no accident. She's got this unique gift, this innate ability to connect with people on a deeper emotional level. And when you notice it, don't just keep it to yourself. Take a moment, find the right time, and say something like, "I love how you make everyone feel so comfortable. It's such a special gift." This is so much more than just a compliment. It's a recognition of her emotional intelligence, her inherent kindness, her ability to bring people together and create a sense of safety and belonging. You're not just noticing her outward actions, you're acknowledging the deep care and intention behind those actions. And trust me, that makes a huge impact. Here's where the Stoic mindset provides valuable context. The Stoics, particularly figures like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, deeply believed in the power of virtues like kindness, empathy, and compassion. They understood that our connections with others, how we treat them, how we make them feel, are among the most important aspects of living a truly fulfilling and virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. By recognizing her ability to make people feel at ease, you're reflecting those core Stoic values. You're acknowledging her emotional awareness, her inherent empathy, and the positive energy she brings into the world. Qualities deeply rooted in a profound understanding of others and the intrinsic value of human connection. This compliment is also about seeing her strength in a more subtle, often undervalued way. Society often equates strength with assertiveness, with being loud or dominant. But women don't always have to be overtly assertive to be incredibly strong. Sometimes the quiet strength that radiates from making people feel safe, welcomed, and understood is just as powerful, if not more so. When you highlight this quality, you show her that you see her for who she truly is, not just on the surface, but in the profound depth of her character. When you notice and acknowledge this often unseen side of her strength, you're not just complimenting her actions, you're recognizing the deep emotional intelligence and inherent kindness that drive those actions. You're giving her space to feel truly appreciated for those intangible qualities that make her extraordinary. And trust me, she will remember it. 5. I love how authentic you are. This one is all about something that's increasingly rare and incredibly valuable in today's world: authenticity. Let's face it, we live in an age of curated online personas, social media filters, and relentless pressure to conform to often unrealistic expectations. In this world, being genuinely unapologetically yourself can feel like a lost art, a radical act of defiance. But when you come across someone who embodies that authenticity, who isn't afraid to be real, who doesn't try to conform or pretend to be someone she's not, that's a breath of fresh air. It's magnetic. And when you recognize that in a woman, when you genuinely notice and appreciate how she embraces her quirks, her unique sense of humor, her raw honesty, that's when you can truly make her feel seen, valued, and deeply understood. Imagine this. You're having a conversation with her, and she's just herself. No pretenses, no trying to impress, no self-editing to fit some imaginary mold. Maybe she cracks a joke that's a little offbeat. Maybe she shares something deeply personal with you, with refreshing candor. Maybe she just laughs in a way that's totally uninhibited. You can tell instinctively that she's comfortable in her own skin, and that quiet confidence is contagious. It's the kind of quality that stands out in a sea of people who are constantly striving to be something they're not. And when you take the time to recognize that authenticity, to voice your appreciation for her genuine nature, she'll feel like she's found someone who truly appreciates her for who she is, not some idealized version she feels pressured to embody. When you say something like, "I love how authentic you are," it's not just a compliment. It's a profound statement of admiration. It's a nod to her courage to be genuine, even when society often subtly, or not so subtly, pushes people to conform. You're not just pointing out a behavior, you're acknowledging the inner strength it takes to stay true to herself in a world that's constantly trying to sell her and everyone else something different. And that's powerful. Stoicism, once again, provides a powerful lens through which to view this. The Stoics, especially figures like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, were all about embracing who we truly are, our strengths, our flaws, our shared humanity, and rejecting the pressure to hide behind facades or strive to be something we're not. They profoundly understood that it's only by embracing our authentic selves, by shedding the need for external validation, that we can truly live a life of virtue, purpose, and inner peace. Epictetus famously said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Recognizing her authenticity aligns perfectly with these core Stoic principles of virtue and self-acceptance. It's about appreciating someone for the essence of who they are, without judgment, without comparison, without the need for them to be anything other than themselves. By giving her this compliment, You're affirming her self-confidence, showing her that you value her inner strength. And trust me, that's something she will hold on to. 6. You have this way of making everything feel more exciting. This isn't just a generic compliment. It's one that goes straight to the core of what makes her presence so special, so irresistible. When you tell someone this, you're directly connecting their energy, their vibe, their very being to the positive emotions they evoke in you and those around them. It's about recognizing that unique spark she possesses, that almost magical ability to transform something as ordinary as a quiet evening into a night filled with laughter, connection, and genuine meaning. Maybe it's the way she shares her thoughts with such infectious enthusiasm. Maybe it's her quick wit and playful humor. Maybe it's simply her radiant smile that lights up her face and, in turn, lights up the room. Whatever it is, she has this remarkable capacity to elevate the energy of any situation, to inject a sense of joy and excitement into the mundane. Think about a specific moment in your own experience. Maybe you were having a perfectly normal, even slightly uneventful day, and then she did or said something, a spontaneous suggestion, a burst of laughter, a shared moment of playful silliness that completely shifted the energy, making everything feel brighter, more vibrant, more memorable. By pointing this out, by voicing your appreciation for this transformative quality she possesses, you're showing her that her positive impact isn't just noticed, it's deeply valued, cherished, and yes, even craved. And what makes this compliment even more powerful, more resonant, is that it goes far beyond surface-level admiration. You're not just complimenting her looks, her clothes, or something similarly fleeting. You're appreciating those intangible, deeply personal qualities that make her irreplaceable. If we step back again and consider this through the insightful lens of Stoicism, there's something profoundly meaningful to unpack here. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, often wrote and spoke about how our individual presence, our character, our very being, subtly yet powerfully influences the world around us. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, famously wrote, "Every day and every hour think steadily as a Roman and a man, to do what you have in hand with perfect and unaffected dignity, benevolence, freedom, and justice, and free yourself from all other preoccupations. You will manage this if you do each act of your life as if it were the last." When you tell a woman that she has this remarkable ability to make everything feel more exciting, you're in essence acknowledging that she's embodying this core Stoic principle in her own unique and beautiful way. Her energy, her very presence, creates a positive ripple effect, subtly yet powerfully elevating the experience of those fortunate enough to be around her. And that, let's be honest, is not something everyone can do. It's a rare and truly beautiful gift. So when you look her in the eyes, speak from the heart, and genuinely say, "You have this way of making everything feel more exciting," you're doing far more than just giving her a fleeting compliment. You're creating a moment of genuine connection, a moment of authentic appreciation. You're telling her in a way that truly resonates that her unique essence, her inner spark, is something you deeply notice and treasure. And let me tell you, that kind of acknowledgement is unforgettable. It deepens your bond, strengthens your connection, and lets her know in no uncertain terms that she is valued not just for what she does, but for the immeasurable joy and excitement she effortlessly brings into your life. Now, here's the crucial part. The element that separates the truly impactful compliments from the hollow pleasantries. Delivery is everything. If your compliments sound forced, insincere, or like you're just reciting lines from a script, they simply won't have the same desired effect. In fact, they might even backfire. You need to say these words with genuine meaning, with authentic feeling. Look her in the eyes, speak confidently but warmly, and let her feel the sincerity radiating from behind your words. The more real you are, the more powerful your compliment will be. So here's your challenge, your actionable takeaway. Pick one of these 6 magic words, just one, and consciously try it out this week. But don't just rush into it, don't force it. Wait for the right moment, the organic opportunity when it feels natural and authentic to voice your appreciation. And when you see her eyes light up, when you witness that genuine smile spread across her face, you'll know instinctively that you've nailed it. You've moved beyond the superficial, you've spoken to her essence, and you've become, in that moment, truly unforgettable. So, there you have it. 6 Stoic-inspired compliments that go beyond the surface and tap into a woman's deeper desires for recognition and appreciation. Remember, it's not about manipulation or cheesy lines. It's about genuine connection, about seeing and valuing the unique essence of the person in front of you. In a world obsessed with the superficial, these authentic compliments are a breath of fresh air, a way to build real, meaningful bonds. Now you might be wondering, can I use more than one of these compliments? What if I don't feel authentic saying these at first? Is there a wrong time to use these compliments? How do I make sure I don't sound like I'm trying too hard? We'll dive into these questions and more in our next video, so stay tuned. Thank you for joining me on this journey of mastering your mindset and building stronger connections. Until next time, keep practicing, keep growing, and keep living a Stoic life.